Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening for another very special edition of WOWSA Live with our host, Ned Dennison. Ned?
Hello, everyone. I'm the chairperson of the International Marathon Swimming Hall of Fame, and we are honored to have one of our recent inductees with us, Coach Massimo Giuliani from Italy. Massimo, say hello to everyone.
Yes. Hello, everyone. I very honored for this interview and for would you like to thank you for the 2020 nomination. It's very for me it's very important. And sorry, my bad English, but I will try to improve it. But in the next future, I promise.
Okay, let me give everybody a recap of Massimo's background and credentials. He was one of the youngest ever qualified swimming coaches in Italy in 1985. And he started as the Italian 25-meter team coach for the 1994 FINA World Championships. In 1995, he became the Italian open water team manager, and he holds that position today. Under his leadership, Italy has become a powerhouse in modern competitive open water swimming. And these numbers may be old, but under his leadership, Italy has won 17 gold, 17 silver, and 19 bronze medals at major international 10K and 25K events over the last few years. And recently, he's been appointed as the secretary for LEN, which is the European Championships. Massimo, tell us a little bit about your early days as a swimmer and a young coach.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for all the words you tell for me. My passion for swimming and for the sea was born in the very first years of my life. When I was 5 years, I learned swimming in the sea along the beach of my town, Piombino, and my father taught me. Furthermore, since the first classes at the primary schools, I had the opportunity to learn the secrets of the fishing by the beach, rocks, on the boat, over and under the sea, the secret of the wind types and direction, the knowledge of the sea currents and different seabed, from one of my best friend's father. I learned to love and to respect the sea, as well as to fear its power and not to underestimate it. As self-taught swimmer at the age of 14, I started to perfect my techniques, both at the sea, at the swimming pool. There was one at 30 from my 30K from town. At the age of 20, with two my friends, Umberto Lisetti and Roberto Vannini, I made my first long distance swimming, when we swam from Piombino to Elba Island, around 13 kilometers. It was like a joke for us, a fun. Finally, in 1980, the first swimming pool was opened in my town, and I was one of the founders of the Piombino Swimming Club. It started to have some success very soon. The club went well. I trained many athletes of high level. This includes Lara Bianconi, who competed at Olympic Games in Barcelona in 1992.
And how did you become a qualified coach?
Yes, this is, I started when I was 90 years old. I qualified primary as a lifeguard. And from 1978, I started my professional training in swimming. In the next 7 years, I participated to 4 courses organized by Italian Swimming Federation. We have different levels. Instructor, level 1 and level 2, a coach, level 1 and level 2. It's the same today, but at the time it took 7 years since there were internship. We have to work out at each level for 1 year. Nowadays, in 4 years, you can become second level coach. Then 7 years.
And how were you invited to become the team coach for 25K? Did they see you as a pool coach and think you were okay, or how did this happen?
Yes, my interest, coach in open water, in open water. Born in 1988. A swimmer, a long distance swimmers that I met some years before, asked me to train him. We started in a program in 1998, and in 3 years he won 25K Italian championship. So in those years, the Italian Swimming Federation knows me, and I was able to participate as coach in swimming camp and the European Championship of the 1992 and other international competition. They gave me both the responsibility, as you tell, of the sector of 25K for the Roma championship in 1994, and the role of technical manager. I was the first federal technical manager for the distance swimming. Despite we had no medals then in Rome, otherwise the results were important for our federation at the time. And after this, the federation gave me the responsibility of the training for the World Championship in Perth, the next World Championship in Perth in 1998. And so I had the chance to do my first 4 years plan.
And what was the biggest surprise between the pool and open water?
There are many, but I had many surprises as the success. Thanks for all our efforts, mine, but everyone from my team. We created and we innovated a lot. We had a team that was growing and that was capable of facing the crisis, including the turnover, in a very supportive way. We made I said it. We made the first multi-year plan with the strategy for 4 years, and this led us to win the bronze medal in individual race with Luca Baldini in the 5K in Perth, as well as all the team races, included the overall trophy. I remember things very good, very important for us. It was a success. It was such a success that the president of the United States Swimming came to me to congratulate personally at the beach of Cottesloe in Perth. That was incredible for us, for our team.
Fantastic. And you then became the team manager. What's the difference between the manager and the coach?
The difference, the manager and coach. Yes. The difference of manager and coach in the first years I was both manager and coach in the first years of my career. Then around 2005, I started to focus more on the management side. The coach has to plan the training of one or more athletes. The team manager, instead, has both to manage all the needs for the different trainers in your athletes, and to arrange all these strategies into a unique team strategy, including the selection of the members for the different representatives. Furthermore, he has to have a wide knowledge of the swimming movements, and he has to know how to make the discipline evolve both from qualitative and quantitative perspectives. And he needs to be pragmatic to make this happen.
Do you remember the first medal in open water that Italy won when you were coaching? The first medal.
The first medal was like coach Italian Swimming Federation, or
for you? For open water, for you. The first medal with one of your swimmers.
There are very, very many. Also, there are medals unexpected. Also, I can speak to two medals very important in Barcelona 1993. The two of Viola Valli. It's an example, because Viola had not been in a good shape for the whole years. She stayed personally to train in my pool for two months, because she had serious viral infections. And so two medals, I remember the only medals in swimming for Italian Swimming Federation, for me it's very, very important. But I made another example, if you want. Is not a gold medal, is a bronze, but in a particular condition. Another example is Alice Franco at the World Championship in Shanghai in 2011. Alice was meant to perform the 5K, but since her colleague Giorgia Consiglio engaged for both the 10K and 5K race, fall sick during the 10K race, I personally asked Alice to swim in the 5K, in 25K, from 5 to 25K. She made, and he won the third place.
Wow.
For me, is a good things.
And you were telling them, you can win, you can win, you can win.
Yes. The difference is the mental.
How does the solo medal compare to the team medal? How does the team celebrate differently?
For us, having success is always enjoyable. The individual medals are maybe more prestigious, but we had been always trying to compose representative in which the second lines could have the opportunity to be put into value. All the team members are aware of the importance of giving their best. both for themselves and for the team's collective results. Every one of the team is at the service of the team, both into the water and outside it. This is the way to could win the trophy. And somewhere my athletes, I remember in order to your question, I remember during my athletes pushed me into the water. The water is always so cold. Also at last night when we won.
Fantastic. Massimo, when I ask people, they tell me Italy is top 5 in the country for open water swimming, in the world, top 5. How do you keep Italy top 5, and how do you become the best?
The question is very good, but it's complex. I can to all my athletes, I always say these words. It's very difficult to win a race or to be at the edge of the world, but it's even more difficult to keep staying at that level. This is true for individual athletes and for the team. You can keep on being such as with the kind of vision if you have the capacity to spot the change in the international movements, in this case in open water swimming, and to analyze your strengths and weaknesses, to be aware of why things went wrong or well, and to be able to change the technical structure and the organization accordingly is very important. You need to never stop, to never be completely satisfied with success, and to give yourself challenging goals ahead. I think this is the only way or the best way for us, for example.
And one final question, how are you dealing with COVID? How are you preparing for the Olympics?
It's now it's has been a long time since Italy as well as in other countries started to make heavy fund restriction to sport and for swim as well for swim. For the reasons in Italy, many swimming pools had been closed. This implied many organizational efforts on our side to provide continuity to the training of all the national athletes and to find them the right place to make it happen. Many trainings were held in my town at Poggio Daniello Resort, where we had 2 groups touring, 2 groups of swimmers. We gave more space to the training into the seawater, including with this year many training, many workouts in the sea, and with wetsuit we concluded this a few days ago. Our athletes' condition looks good. For those swimmers levels, otherwise, for those swimmers levels, the mental condition is fundamental. And the pandemic event was really challenging for them, since it created many uncertainty and postponed their targets, their objective. They miss the international races and it's very complicated to maintain their focus, but we are doing our best. And today, for example, in these 3 days, we have the Italian championship in a swimming pool.
Okay. Well, Massimo, we wish you all the best for Tokyo, and we want to thank you very, very much for your time today.
Yes, I would like to thank you again and send you my best wishes for a Merry Christmas. Thank you for all.